Hi everyone, I'm back again, and today I'm going to be doing the compatibility chart between Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds by request. This is a really nice Synastry chart, and I'm excited to go over it with you because I don't often see something like this come along, so I'm going to get into it. His Psyche conjuncts her Sun, Venus, and Mars by 1 degree. This is excellent. Psyche is a love asteroid and it means soul. So the fact that it's conjuncting not only her luminary, but her Venus and Mars as well, this translates into love, passion, and soul. And it has the feeling of being a once in a lifetime sort of love. And in this case, I think it is. Also, not only is Psyche conjuncting all of those personal planets of hers, but his Sun is sextiling her Mars by 1 degree, and that's an excellent aspect for marriage. His serendipity, Eros, and Sirius conjuncts her Moon, all less than 3 degrees. This is wonderful as well, because like I've said before in my other videos, you want positive energies conjuncting your Moon from the other person because you will feel it strongly. And in this case, this is great because Sirius has to do with unconditional love, and it's holding hands with his Eros, so he brings her eroticism as well. And serendipity conjuncting her Moon. Serendipity is like a very happy circumstance that comes along that you weren't looking for, and it surprises you. So this is very nice. Now, his agapreneur conjuncts her point of fortune, 0 degrees. The point of fortune is like a mini Jupiter, and it magnifies the energies of whatever it touches. So in this case, agapreneur has to do with unconditional love and friendship. So this is wonderful as well. She's got a lot of really nice placements from him, and they all translate into love, passion, soul, and he's her best friend. So this is, like I said, very, very nice. His Jupiter in Groom conjuncts her Pholus and Valentine. And Jupiter holding hands with Groom. So in this case, since it's conjuncting her Valentine, the energies magnified her feelings for him of unconditional love, a devotional sort of love because it's Valentine and Groom is there. So this to me signifies that there would be a wedding. If I didn't know them and I had done this chart before they got married, I would have said yes. And it's an explosion of feelings by her towards him because her Pholus is also holding hands with her Valentine. And like I've said before, Pholus also explodes when it touches. So there's a very nice energy between the two of them. Also, his Jupiter trines her Penelope asteroid by 0 degrees, and Penelope has to do with devotion. Now, Penelope was married to Odysseus, and Odysseus is coming up next. Ryan's Saturn, Odysseus, and Pallas conjuncts her ascendant by less than 2 degrees. When you have Saturn conjuncting your ascendant, this can mean, in some instances, that Saturn can bring a chilling effect to the other person, or they can be critical of you in ways, or they can have this parental sort of energy coming into the relationship. To me, this signifies the glue that holds them together. His Saturn is holding hands with Odysseus, and that asteroid has to do with fortitude, perseverance, and longevity. And Pallas is there as well, and that has to do with good counsel and wisdom. So he brings her longevity and perseverance, and with good counsel and a very good advice that he brings to her in a very parental sort of tone. Now that Saturn conjuncting someone's ascendant a lot of people think that that's a negative thing. And I don't think so. I think that it can be, but it depends on the rest of the chart. And in this case, I think that there's a very good balance here between all of the wonderful love aspects and the sobriety or the grounding effects that happen between the two of them. So this is nice. Her Pluto conjuncts his north node 4 degrees. And 4 degrees is kind of on the loose side, but since it's a planet, I'm including it in this analysis because Pluto conjuncting the north node, it really does coincide with the rest of the aspects. Pluto can have a very fateful bond between two people, but it also means primal passion. And so this is nice as well. His Lilith and Circe conjuncts her midheaven 1 degree. Lilith has to do with raw sexuality, and Circe has to do with a passionate love affair, almost a magical sort of energy. And since it's conjuncting her midheaven, that's right out in the open. It opposes the IC, and the IC sits at the bottom of the chart, and that borders on, that's on the cusp of the 4th house, which rules the home and the family. And the midheaven is set right at the top of the chart. So you can see this passionate sexual energy between the two of them when they're together. Now I'm going to get to the flip side of the coin. Now, every relationship has one. There's no such thing as a perfect marriage or a perfect relationship. So, in this case, his Toro, Mars, and Uranus conjuncts her IC, 2 degrees, and her Lada asteroid. Now, Toro has the energies of being bossy or having a bully-like behavior. And since it's holding hands with his Mars, this can bring fire and power to it. Uranus is there as well. And Uranus has the energies of instability, or in this case, the possibility that this happens sporadically or you can't really expect it. Now, he could be bossy or, come across and try to be bully, like a bully-like behavior, tell her what to do. But in this case, since it's conjuncting her Lada asteroid, there's a very nice balancing out between these energies, because Lada, that energy has to do with union and harmony. And it's so if he comes across that way to her, she's like, well, we can work this out because I really want our relationship, or what's going on now, this challenge to be, I want it to come to peace and union and harmony. So this is really nice. Now, his union and Ishtar conjuncts her vertex, 1 degree. And the vertex is another really important point in a compatibility chart. It's like a second ascendant. So whatever conjuncts your vertex from the other person, you have to pay attention to as well. Now, his union conjuncting her vertex, he brought a union into this relationship, but his Ishtar is there as well, and that has to do with arguments and blow-ups. Now, her Ishtar and Hera conjuncts his Venus, 1 degree, and Venus is a love planet. So she brings arguments and dissension into the relationship as well. Now, this is not something that I would say, oh, automatic fail or forget it, because every couple has their arguments and challenges and dissensions within the relationship. And all of the other wonderful aspects that I explained beforehand are so powerful that it has the ability to soften all of these challenging aspects between the two of them. Now, her Hera conjuncts his Venus, and Hera has to do with, she's the goddess of marriage and also of childbirth. So this is a really nice synastry chart. I didn't have his accurate time of birth. It had a Rodin rating of C, and there was no known source of where his birth time came from. So I couldn't do I couldn't include his angles or the moon's. However, if his birth time is correct, that means that his moon sextiles her Mercury. And that is a wonderful aspect to have as well. Because if you don't have any positive moon aspects between the two of you, that's a really nice backup. So that's all I have, and I hope you enjoyed this interpretation, and I will be back soon with other Synastry charts. So hit the subscribe button to stay in the loop. Have a nice day.